One more player. Actually, it looks like we are ready to hand it over to Pansy and Hypoc.
Viper! All right, we heard the shout. We heard the shout, and it was because of Viper coming out and about. Here we go. It's not who we expected either. Well, I guess the theory was there, right, Hypoc? It was, okay, if it comes out, maybe Existence. Maybe, but he likes that flasher. But Sturban on the Viper. What do we make of it, Hypoc?
I mean, I always love to see it. Mitch has completely converted me now. I am a Viper fanboy, it's safe to say. So, obviously looking for some strong post-plant setups coming out of Futbolist here. Early on, actually, the wall invested over towards B, and Spike actually is over towards B main. But you can see already, look at this ground gathers already. So quickly up here. Kitchen control down, the wall blocking off that rotation as well. NIP have to make a recovery here.
Yeah, this is a mad wrap, but this is still this awkward trade out between both sides. We're still seeing the fights going down. The spike carrier's gone down as well. This is madness from both sides. The intention was there, the theory was there, but the execution, they can't make it work. Futbolist did get Chihuahua from the grave, but still the man stands Rhyme, and it was going to be NIP to pick up the first. What a pacey piece from Futbolist, though. They just absolutely threw themselves at this.
Yeah, apologies. That round all but ran away with itself, to be honest with you. They were straight in kitchen there. Oh, yeah. Love the aggression early on. Again, you can argue as well, Viper works in a similar way to Brimstone versus the Omen. You've got to make sure you're capitalizing on the time that Viper utility is up. The wall and obviously the smoke in essence. So no real value gained off it immediately, but I mean, it came down to the 2v1, so lots of kills on either side of the board here. This time around, a much slower approach from Futbolist over towards the A site. Only one member here. JD's walled off front side now to buy himself a little bit of time for rotations. Couple of NIP players drifting through mid, so all the information going to go over to them. But everybody's stacked up over on this side.
Yeah, so far, not much subtlety to the plays. The Viper wall kind of giving away exactly where they intend to go. JD's in a really nice position, but not clean on the kill. Does manage to back away the bonus of being Sage, I guess, but there's the trade eventually coming
2v2.
Through. Yeah, this has gone incredibly close, incredibly fast, but there you go. Ryan's going to be the kind of safety net in this one, and more than that, even claiming another on the way down. So yes, it was a little close, a little scrappy there, but NIP do manage to survive.
Yeah, tough there as well, because Chihuahua actually invested the Phantom back into that one, and they don't retrieve the weapon. Both members of NIP only holding on to the Spectres, so Chihuahua now back onto the Frenzy. And again, this is, I know Banks was talking about it, I mentioned in the previous map as well, this is that bonus round again here, but JD fully invested in this one. Rhyme gonna opt for the Vandal as well, so economy a little bit split right now, so a big round for NIP to win here. Oof. Magoo actually gonna find Kriya straight away, first blood in favor of Futbolist. So NIP down to 4. Let's see if they pivot back over, and let's see how Futbolist try and capitalize from this.
Yeah, Sturban pretty far ahead now as well, making decent progress towards A. Spike not too far behind as well, and they still have a decent lurk going on here too. This doesn't have to be a full commit yet from Futbolist. They've got a good pick though, so I guess you want to lean into it a little. But at the moment, you're seeing that kind of slower, more meticulous play. I like that from Futbolist, not just to kind of throw themselves at the site.
Again, first blood for them. Maybe bait out a little rotation, catch a kill in mid or whatnot, but you can see one member, Futbolist, all the way back over in spawn still. He's aware of that. The wall comes up now. It splits A site completely in half, and everybody on NIP on the left side of that wall, but except for JD, going to swing through with the Spectre. Actually going to find Sturban on the way in. Mark will fall as well, so he's done huge from that position. Look at that cleanup from NIP. That was fantastic.
Wow. Yeah, they knew those choice points and the kind of pressure points of the A site, kind of, I always call it that Wardell corner on towards A, that very far little tucked in position. As soon as they crested around that, you just had this line of NIP being fully aware of where they had to truly take to be able to get that spike down and actually manage to make anything count. Now, for Futbolists, of course, they're going to suffer here on the economy. We thought this could have been the round where they could really punish NIP, that previous, where you saw the money was a little bit here and there. It certainly wasn't perfect. But them managing to stick the landing creates a lovely position. Is this going to be aggression coming out from Rhyme? It looks as though he's going to be very proactive. Breach by his side, that's Existence working down as well, ensuring safety. Going to post up here, get to position. He can stick this out and hold if he wants to. I wonder how far he wants to take this.
Again, Futbolist still wary of that mid push. They've got one member back there controlling the flanks. Killjoy would expect that. Turret goes down. Mark loses it immediately, actually, but the hit comes through on A in the meantime. As soon as that presence is shown, this time around, Jade, he got the wall down. He's going to get himself tucked behind server here. Again, looking to pick up some more kills. The first one actually evades him. Second one comes through, finds that one, no problems at all.
Yeah, Sturban going to try and keep this progressing correctly at least, but with the spike let loose, they at least know the intention completely. However, Chihuahua's kind of committed here to a line where he can't back away from, and Magoo's going to go and found the frag. So for now, Existence called upon, and the chips are looking a little bit down. This is a little rougher than they'd like. There goes the ultimate pop to the perfect time. Magoo maybe doing the damage this time around. We saw the excellence on the first map, then it became quiet after that. But suddenly they retreat. They've got 30 seconds. They can make this count. They can get to B. They can do this. Really nice adjustment. I love that.
Both ultimates on the board as well. And that's important here for Futbolist because you can see NIP still over towards the A site right now. And actually Rhyme down below half HP. Kree a little bit tagged up as well. So look for Magoo to make something happen off of this Blade Storm. But the showstopper's in the back pocket just in case.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh, okay, Korea still kept this interesting. I thought this was all but over. There's that ultimate pop. You noted they both had it up, and we already saw the damage Magoo managed to create. However, Sasuke denies one angle, but Korea finds another, looks for the way in, gets attacked, but not the frag, and time's being bought here. Great work from the Rays on the other side, just buying time. And time is of the essence, and what a round to turn it on. Already Sasuke gonna grab the gun, get out there, but it's the round on the board that matters.
Really, really good composure there shown from Sasuke. Just kiting away long enough, running the clock down, playing his life effectively. Really, really impressive round there. Again, just such a quick reaction based off the information they were given. Again, both ultimates being available. I love that, not being afraid to invest them to convert that round because it's a big win for them, a really big win.
This makes it a little bit more feasible. When you come in, when you pick an ICEBOX, when there's still a map left and you pick this map, it's showing that you've certainly put your work in, or you'd hope to, right? You've got to make a statement if this is a map you're going to actively go towards. Showing Magoo knows the lines to work with. Oh, there's trouble aplenty. Chihuahua put down. Unfortunate. Such a cute little player, but not today. Sasuke still making progress as well. This is nice. So considering they have now attention drawn on both sides of the map, this is a problem. NIP need to make their minds up. Where do they go with this? What do they do? They've had a pick happen to them over at B. They've got the Viper Wall and a Raze showing attention towards A. They have no idea where to go with this.
Yeah, Rhyme actually going to invest the Hunter's Fury. Missed the second, but finds the third tag onto Sturban. But maybe that's a little bit of a bait here because that kill going over to NIP. You can see now Rhyme unsure of whether or not to leave Boiler and help out his two teammates on A site. Meanwhile, Futbolist looking to give Korea some problems back over here. I'm not sure if Korea just caught sight of somebody crossing to yellow. But the spike now encroaching.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, now he can post up with it. Look at that. Magoo finds that kill.
Left.
Yeah, once he had that angle, I feel like Korea's timing was pretty unfortunate, if I'm honest. And Existence just found two out of nowhere. I have no idea which line of sight he just created to be able to claim those frags, but he's made this feasible. And Ryan then comes online at the right time. Moj has to do something big here. We've already seen great individual play, but the timing and its Existence again. This man is putting up numbers for his team.
Yeah, 3 on the round for him. Again, wasn't pretty, but they get the win out. 4-1 now for NIP. But again, I love the reaction from Futbolist. Just again, kind of baiting that contact, waiting for that rotation, and then Mark, I mean, he was sat with the spike all the way back in spawn for the entirety there. And then as soon as that contact comes through, Hunter's Fury thrown out, they get the kill. I mean, Rhyme didn't get any more information from that. There was no recon. It was just the tags he was acting off from his ultimate. But again, maybe just baiting out a little bit of NIP towards A site. But it worked enough. They got the spike down. Unfortunately, things fell apart there. But, I mean, Existence picking up 3. You can't really account for that.
No, and I don't even know where he did it from either. I mean, he's created that space for himself. Otherwise, that was a Futbolist round every day of the week, I feel. I think it was, you know, very fortunate for him to do that. The way the round was playing out, this scoreline doesn't really show how close this has been. Already a bit of a trade out over towards B long, that massive exchange, and it should be favorable towards the rifles, of course, but Sturban's being a problem. He's being a real nuisance to them.
The spike.
Oh, no. Ooh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, no, the timing on the switch. Terribly unfortunate. Magoo's still trying to do some work at 1v2. Half HP is the problem. And the Spike's positioning is going to be brutal. Let's see what Magoo can do. I mean, roll it back to map 1. I'd have honestly believed that this was very, very feasible. Now, I'm not so sure. Looking for an opportunity on 1, and he's not being given much. And you can see even the late round utility being utilized. I like that. Ensuring safety. There's still danger aplenty, though, here, Hypok.
He's still got the paranoia as well. I think Korea looked like he was just prepping that. Magoo, if he does get this kill, he's going to get his dash reset. I don't know if it'll become a factor or not. Ooh, does find the first. Actually, Korea gets caught off guard there, but Rhyme luckily cleans it up with the Spectre. I think Rhyme obviously trying to bait a little bit for the rifle of Korea in that situation. But Magoo... NT from Magoo, I'm not going to lie.
I feel like every one of these rounds for Futbolist has been a nice try.
Yeah.
Like, they've been so close in so many rounds, and they've been bailed out, or NIP have been bailed out by some really good individual player here and there. But, I mean, Futbolist overall, this scoreline is really not showing how close this game is. The money certainly is. It's close to breaking point for NIP, but they're holding on. And it's a tactical timeout. It's for NIP this time. And I don't think that's a bad idea, because yes, they're winning the rounds, but it does feel like it's off the back of some individuals coming in. And that's perfectly fine when it works. But knowing someone like Existence, you'd want to be able to get maybe a better grip on the game, get a grip on how these rounds are kind of coming to this point, and you want to win it maybe cleaner.
It's always round 6. Always round 6 they take the tack pause in. Maybe it's just get up,
you've worked it
stretch
out,
the legs, shake the hands off. Hey, I've noticed it. The
Existence magic is simply a timeout at round 6. That's it. It's all it's ever been. The man's, you know, a legend. The big brain of Counter-Strike secretly just calls one timeout at round 6, and that's it. Genius.
Mental warfare. That's what it is.
Can I just say, by the way, hi, whoever, like, okay, here's me ruining the illusion, but whoever it is on the RedBull account in Twitch chat, I really like your memes. You've been really solid today. I just want to let you know, I see you, and I really like your work. You've been funny and informative. It's a really fine balance.
I flicked over. I'm going to have to type fix audio in the chat now.
You should. It'll probably help. I mean, we are casters. We'll be on it too, guys. Don't worry. We'll be in the server room pretty soon. Just trying to fix it up, of course. Caster, please fix. But for now, we jump into the game and we see, I think it's Korea here getting pretty proactive. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. Already going to get himself positioned up, posted up, gets one. Doesn't just get one, gets two. Spots even the spike out. So this mad split that's going on has kind of all fallen to pieces. You've got these two players by B trying to go on that big, long lurk. But by now, they know there's a problem elsewhere. They've been able to clear enough, and they've gone, yeah, sod it. We've done well enough. Fall away from that.
Again, just all the value you can want out of First Blood to find a second kill to follow up as well. Again, now it forces the hand of Futbolist. They have to try and find something else now. But again, the hit doesn't come through on A. NIP now have somebody tucked all the way at Chihuahua, all the way down tube in mid. Now Existence needs to buy a little bit of time on B. Modge actually all the way out backside of Kitchen and does find a kill. Actually, it's Existence that falls, yeah. And Sasuke finds the second as well. Here you go, Viper ult invested, and now actually they can potentially put a stranglehold down on B site.
I mean, they did incredibly well to punish those rotations, but they are still operating at a bit of a deficit. This ultimate has to really even out the balance, but they're going to have to go into Viper's world, and you know how that normally goes. Sturban's going to hold the line for now. Modge is still there, needs to find his value, can't do it. Chihuahua, quick little swing. Sturban's dead, and Korea, big round from him.
Really, really good stuff. Poetic end to the first 2 kills going in his favor. He cleans up, cancels out that Viper ultimate. Again, I mean, it's difficult, really. You're down to 2 men to hold on to B site, and at that point, it's difficult. I mean, if you both opt to play inside the Viper ult, they can just sweep and clear. As long as they surround it, they know that nobody's kind of lurking outside. You just kind of get pinched into sight, really, and Again, I didn't see the utility come into effect from Sturban there, so maybe it was put into use early round. I'm not entirely sure.
Again, scoreline-wise, this has been incredibly close, but 6-1 doesn't really matter at that point as much as it does look like a close game. 6-1 is quite a commanding scoreline. Now, we don't know what NIP look like on the attack. We don't know much about this look of NIP. We do know is that Magoo's normally pretty sick, but Kriya's found his form. This is Kriya finding some real smooth moves, and I love seeing Kriya kind of showing what Omen can do. He was one of the first people to really highlight how good Omen can be. Chihuahua's still present as well, very much able to do some damage here if they do show through that smoke as soon as it comes down. But Rhymes on the flank, look at the pinch coming in. 3 players around the back.
Chihuahua.
It's a shooting gallery here.
Remaining.
They can try and dig their heels in. They can try and fight as they want, but this is 3v1 and it's going to be 7-1.
Really, really good stuff from it. I mean, I've said it before about looking in control, but this is the most dominant they've looked on the defensive side so far. Again, Kriya just putting in work. It's fantastic to see again without a real duelist in this composition. It's so good to see a player like Kriya step up and be that early round aggression that you need from somebody that would be playing on that duelist role.
7-1. Oh, that buy is horrible to look at, isn't it? It's just like, I guess you used to call it like one of two things. Either the hero buy or it was a very like Russian buy is what it was called, right? That was the old CS thing. But I mean, if they can make it work somewhere, fantastic. But Rhyme right now is having a game. He's feeling confident as well. You've got Kriya coming online.
Flashes.
They're running rings around him. Look at that. He didn't even have to worry about Sasuke fighting back.
Again, Banks highlighted it earlier, just the timing on that, the coordination, the synergy that this roster's showing already in its early days. Spike down now in spawn. Sturban got to fall back. He does find himself a Vandal, so maybe do a little bit of damage. Kriya smokes off both entrances here, allowing NIP to set up to hold on to this.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, look at that. Finds one through it as well. Mods now retrieves the Vandal. 1v3. Finds the first. What's he got left? See if he can clutch this one out.
That spike positioning's just not
Toxic.
very pleasant, is it? Yeah. Just report them for toxicity in the game. Moj, go try and do something. I mean, every angle could
30
potentially
seconds
contain
left.
a play. You can see how paranoid he is about every single angle on this map. And as soon as he crests this corner, I don't think he gets a clean 1v1 unless he can define it somehow. Very unlikely.
You must hear him, I was going to say.
There's a kill. Yeah, no worries.
I was
For now, though,
wondering-
8-1. Yeah.
I was wondering there if he managed to actually do the silent jump up, and it looked like Kriya didn't get any audio cue there. But
Yeah.
tucked
I mean,
in.
Hold on. It looks like Mitchman is trying to jump in on the old flaming here in chat. Maybe try and take the high road. It might be quite tricky for you, obviously, but maybe try and be the bigger man. You know, just because he's short.
No, I got you. I was actually
just- I
pausing
just
for
wanted to make sure.
comedic effect there.
No, I just no. I got you. You know, don't try and dig in on people while they're down, Mitch. Man, we will always call you short. Don't worry. But we love Mitch. Don't worry.
It's crazy when
all
Mitch
gravy.
Man trying to look down on somebody, isn't it?
It's quite impressive. He can. At this point, 8-1. Scoreline's not looking down, more looking up for NIP. This is quite the statement. I honestly, I didn't expect to see the scoreline. If you pick ICEBOX, I always feel like you've got to have something up your sleeve. If you pick Viper, I'm like, all right, you got something building for us. And then we see the scoreline.
Yeah. And again, when somebody pulls out a Viper pick, it's like, yeah, they've done their homework. They've got some really geeky setups. We're going to see some magic.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it become a factor.
Not this time. For now, though, they are putting up some decent trades, at least this time around, and it will just be JD, who's actually been a bit of a brick wall on this site, a real nuisance to get around, expecting the flex coming back in from that Viper, only spotting out Jet, but being enough of a problem to allow time for the rotation to come in. Look at that. Stunning work from JD. Isolates one, expects the next, sees Killjoy, so can call out at least, hey, they're both here, you're safe to rotate, get yourself over towards the site.
Left.
Resistance set up. Last flash goes through. The paranoia to follow through, actually. So the double blind coming through. Mark does find Kriya, though, and look at that. Swings
Real
back
nice.
out. Finds existence. So Futbolist not backing down there, even after the utility usage. But again, weren't really close enough to capitalize on that. a consolation round at best, because that scoreline is terrifying on ICEBOX in particular. Again, you know, we talked about it. Some teams can just run away with games on attack here, and Futbolists haven't been able to find any crack in the defense of NIP.
No. A couple of individuals found some form. Obviously, Mark that round did really nicely towards the end, but that's not enough to get you consistent rounds here. And I just wish we saw that map 1 Futbolist come out, because that was a team I could watch all day long. Korea's doing them dirty, straight up the guts, no messing around, falls away, and they've got the first blood.
Now things are going to slow down as Futbolist. I mean,
kill my allies.
They've looked a little lost, especially after first blood goes in favor of NIP. They've not really known what to do. Obviously resetting a little bit there for the revive to come through, get 5 back on the feet. Looking like a bit of a lean towards the B site here. Lockdown invested over on A, so trying to fully sell this fake here. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, because the wall comes through, and there you go. NIP already rotate back over the showstopper. Will find Korea. He falls at Snowman.
I'm amazed that Korea didn't land that. I thought he just did far enough, but not the case. Chihuahua's still close, though. Finds one for free. Magoo's gone. A little out of position, maybe trying to make something happen for himself, get that up in hand, but now that opens up a chance. Mark's now dead, Rhymes right there. And with that spike now ticking, they've got to make their move towards the site itself. Yes, gets the information. Now all will be revealed, and it is. Quickly, Chihuahua wants in. He wants to find the action here, but there is still a problem of Viper. That spike is going to be hard to defuse.
Yeah, actually, Futbolist find 2 there. Existence 1 in response. Now just Jay, the last man standing. Look at that. The headshot and the wall bang. Will have time left on that defuse. I'm pretty sure he's got it.
It's close.
Oh! 0.01! Whoa! Oh, unfortunately there, Futbolist. The utility just buying enough time there for the spike to fully... I thought he had it. I'm not going to lie. But they will put their 3rd on the board now. And NIP financially not looking great for this last round. A Marshall, a Bulldog, Phantom, Vandal. Let's see what Korea forces up with.
Yeah. It's not a pretty buy for NIP, but I mean, you walk away from this game 8-4, no worries. 9-3, cool. Yeah, you're happy either way at this point, I feel. When a defuse like that is the definition and you're leading this far, you're still pretty good. And look at this, Korea could have a pretty decent catch on the cross, but there's that Viper wall going in, denying that line of sight, and it's going to kind of put them in an instantaneous retake position. No freebies to be found here.
No, actually, yeah, no kills going up before the spike goes down. As I say that, Magoo will find Chihuahua. Modge swinging all the way past Snowman. Now there's 2 kills in favor of Futbolist. 1 response coming back, but NIP find themselves at a 2v4 now. Viper ultimate invested. This is going to be really difficult for NIP to crack through in this retake. Oh.
Nice try.
Nearly.
I mean, a valiant attempt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we take those. I mean, scoreline-wise, though, 8-4 is a pretty commanding score. We don't know what NIP looked like going forward, though. This is, again, question mark. But look at that run they went on. Picked up the pistol clean, ran with it. A little bit of a hiccup here and there. A couple of plants came in. But beyond that, that last run of 3 rounds is pretty much a saving grace here for Futbolists. There's still a chance, but it's going to be goddamn hard work.
It will be. And again, the pistol round is obviously something we talked about. And the fact that NIP win out that pistol round and close the half out that convincingly. Again, now with this scoreline, the pistol round for NIP is huge. Puts them straight on 9 rounds. Again, the way the economy works, we know how often a half can just slip through your fingers as soon as that pistol round's gone and they win the second. So this is kind of make or break for Futbolists now to make a push for this comeback.
All right. Magoo. Oh, that's 2? He gets 2 out of that? Okay, Korea and Existence in absolute shambles after that start. Magoo once more. Are we going to get a rollback? Are we going to get a bit of split performance? Not quite. JD's there, going to find at least an answer back. Sasuke still going to be put to task. That spike's a problem, but it's not one that's completely unrecoverable. But you can see them fighting for this one. More than happy to do so. Wall goes up, Sturban finds the flank, and we're going to at least have a game on our hands now.
Yeah, that's big. A really, really big round for Futbolist to put up. Again, convincingly as well. You know, maybe now Magoo going to feel he can get a little bit more aggressive on that duelist role and go unchecked. We'll have to see how strong NIP's attacking half is here on ICEBOX.
All SMGs coming out. I mean, it's a rough buy. Sheriffs, they ain't bad. Frenzy 2. You can see the approach from NIP. Quick and dirty. Not really getting too far with it. Not exactly the ideal gun to try and get rid of that turret, but the player at the end flashes galore, trying to clear everything out as they go. But, oh dear, those paint shells aren't going to feel so great.
I see Magoo, yeah, finds two with the Spectre there on the tube. JD though with the flank, can't find enough damage to convert that position. Rhyme now, Sheriff in hand, trying to find something before this one's all but done.
Scanning ahead.
Have I ever told you about the 1v4 that Ryan pulls off on ICEBOX at 8 to 5?
You haven't, no. Tell me more.
It starts like this. Over by yellow, right? And he's surrounded. 3 players in front. Spike nowhere near. But now, look what happens. I was trying. Like, how good would it be if that happened?
It would have been, I mean, there was 2 players tagged up. You could have pulled something out of the bag.
Could have been something.
I'm still a believer.
Did you say believer?
I did. Do you not believe?
I just dribbled my water down myself. Oh no. You have to crack a RedBull out. This is gonna be a long day, isn't it?
You will.
What is it? It's 4:30 for me right now.
I dare you to try the red edition watermelon.
I don't have it.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got the classics.
Well, don't I feel
I used
posh?
to really like the... I know, you got the fancy ones. RedBull, what's going on? Why has he got the fancy ones? What, watermelon? Do we not have this in Germany? I live in Germany, by the way.
It's good.
Yeah, no, I'm jealous. I used to like... I think it was the yellow one that I used to... And the blue one, the blue flavor, where it's just like... You know, you used to have like those ice lollies that were just blue and you don't know what they actually were? Love that. That flavor to me, delicious. It's not a blueberry. No one's... You've never tasted a blueberry that tasted like that. Who are you lying to? Give me that flavor. That's the magic. For now... We're going to need some of that NIP magic with this sort of round. They've got, well, pistols and a little bit of hope. Futbolists, though, cautious on approach. They're not overly aggressive this time around, maybe because they know they're against a couple of pistols here and there. And Rhymes actually managed to kind of worm his way around at this point. Has a little look. Can't get another, though. If he got that, that would have been a bit dangerous.
It would, yeah, but again, buying a bit of time for Existence to get in and get that spike down. As I say that, Magoo finds Chihuahua. Existence falls. Just the 2 members behind yellow now. Red IP, 3 on the round for Magoo. Cleans that one up. No problems whatsoever. Keep 4 alive as well, which is good for the economy. And that puts it to a 1-round difference here. 8-7. NIP going to be back on their full buy round now. Futbolist, I guess, with a decent response now. That's their 6th consecutive round, which is bigger than the streak that NIP were able to put on.
I mean, the believers in chat, I saw the poll that went up, like, I'd say it was like a 70-30. Shut up. It was like a 70-30 of people not believing in the comeback. Look how silly you all are now. It's almost happening. Here we go. And the buy coming out is if Futbolists actually stick this one, that'd be incredibly impressive. I don't want to say unlikely, it could happen. Obviously, they are outgunned at this point, so
I mean, one thing to consider.
Tricky.
One thing to consider, ICEBOX, I look at similar to Split. Really, it's a game of momentum. If you're able to find that weak spot, especially on the attacking side, if you can abuse that and keep using it to your advantage, great. But right now, NIP can't find a way in versus Futbolist. They're able to get the spike down, but they're losing people before that post plant even becomes a factor.
Yeah, I just... Oh, that's how you do it. A flash into that work. Rhyme. I don't know who I'm more favoring, Rhyme or like Korea right now. The aim's been so sharp from both of them. Existence. There's a lot to be said about this new kind of Ninjas team that's come out. It's pretty decent, but they are in finally a favorable post plant. I feel as though they haven't really had this in a while. And now the final players coming into place, 3 kind of approaching from more a traditional angle, but you do have that flank coming out. And there could be a problem. Here comes the util poured in towards the sites. JD still on the site, doesn't get checked on, gets one, gets 2, the third evades. But Sasuke now going to be left with a tall task, tries to make it count. Korea says no, and the flank will find at least a little bit more damage, but the other kill's surely too far away. Yeah, Korea not going to let it happen. And a big one from Korea again.
Yeah, important round for them. The first attacking round actually in their favor. So now is where, again, looking at the economy, it's not terrible for Futbolist. You know, only 1 member under 500 credits, and that's Mark. Again, we know those rounds can get expensive for the Killjoy. 600 every time if you invest your utility down. But a couple of other players still with something left to spare. So, again, some early aggression back over. Korea going to TP up top. Actually, look how quickly he's trying to close down this kill onto Sturb, and Modge with the counter peek, though, swinging off that contact will find first blood. Now, whether or not NIP going to go for this revive. They do have the Rolling Thunder and the Resurrection. And Futbolist have backed off, so it should be fairly safe. There you go, Korea back on his feet now.
All right, Korea's back up. There's still time. I think RedBull's going to send me some delicious flavors. I'm hyped. I've whinged about it. I've whinged about it.
Plant the seed for you. There you go.
That's how it works. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Thank you, chat, for backing me up. Thank you, Magoo, for coming back online. Chihuahua, not loving it. And it looks like NIP could be in a bit of trouble here, considering how heavily they've invested into this B lane. I'm waiting to see what they do with this now. Spike's not fully committed, but they're over by the cubby, so there's still a fair bit of movement that they need to create to get any further. And they've hit the brakes for a second. 30 seconds left. They still need to make this count.
They do indeed. Rhyme actually, Hunter's Fury invested, which allows the rest of NIP to push up as some of these players try and reposition to avoid that damage coming through. The wall instantly negated here, and actually can't get the spike down. 15 seconds left now. See Sturban, very low HP, doesn't want to charge that one down.
Oh, I thought they were going to do it, man. I thought they were just going to run there to try and deny, but no. Sasuke now on the other side of the wall. It's just gone down, and Peekaboo, a horrible surprise on the other side. But the trade for Magoo, he keeps this still at least seemingly available. Keep your eyes on NIP here. 2 players left alive in a 2v3. The bomb's on their side. Oh, the spike denial. Rhyme just went off. That was absolute heavy hitting from Rhyme. Big play on the spike. This keeps them in this game. They've just denied that comeback run. 1 round, sure, maybe that's the answer. They've just got 2 in the row and they've made it to double digits.
Oh my word. Again, the Rolling Thunder, that's how I love to see it get used there. The, obviously denies the plant. They come through the aggression. Again, the clock running down, all the Futbolists have to be stacked up. They either need to be on the spike or they need to be pushing towards yellow. So in that situation, you can literally funnel them in. Really, really good stuff from NIP there. Rhyme going massive to stop the defuse.
Just remember, if NIP win this, this is series over and done with. Look at the pace from them right now, flashing their way through, creating, forging their path forward. They're in the back! Oh, Sasuke deletes them off the map, just sent to the Shadow Realm right now. A quick trade comes in, at least for Existence. But by this point, they've just run up the guts and they've got very little for it.
Yeah, very little for it. A little bit of map control, the wall cutting off that under tube rotation. But now you need to take a step back, rethink the approach here as they find themselves in a 3v4. Resurrection in hand. JD, that's a big kill now. Brings it back down to a 3v3, even numbers apiece.
Oh, Rhyme.
He spotted
He's seen it.
Yep.
100%. That's big info being found here. The Sage player on NIP side can at least maybe try and control an approach from this as they try and make this stick, but there's the res. They're back in an unfavorable scenario. JD still has to do more. There's the
30
peek on
seconds
towards
left.
one. That's Viper, now noted, cuts off, but there's the push. Ryan gets overwhelmed. Futbolist is still holding on here.
Wow, that was back and forth though. Again, as soon as that information goes over from Rhyme, JD unfortunately not in a position to punish the revive coming through. So Mark getting back on his feet. Wow. Again, just the speed of that hit. If any other player there other than Sasuke is holding screens, they don't get those 2 kills. The Raze ultimate, the showstopper, kind of tipped the tides back into Futbolist's favor, to be honest with you, because that early map control was huge.
Okay, well, they found certainly a weakness.
Same
Are they
thing
running
again.
this again? Okay, rinse and repeat. Kriya's the first one forward. A tag, but no frag. Mosh somehow beats him to the punch. I guess that's the difference of weapons, and that's the difference of player. Mosh is still alive, still trying to fight the good
The pinch
fight
is good.
for Futbolist, but you're right, the pinch is there at the right time. There's Magoo to offset again. This is still an uphill struggle for NIP. This is not a clean round
Spike
again.
planted.
No, and now 2v3. No Hunter's Fury available, so they can't play post plant on this. Chihuahua and Rhyme gotta hold steady here. Spectre in hand for Chihuahua. So going to be difficult if both of these members swing at the same time from behind screens. Rhyme does have a shock dart in his recon. Chihuahua finds the first. Magoo trades it though. So now it's all on the man, Rhyme. See what he can get done here. Oh, pings one player, not the other now. Oh,
Wait, he's seeing the defuse. He comes off it. Oh, Magoo again. Got it to halfway. Dips back on. Defuse is his. We are getting a throwback to map 1 from the man on your screen, Magoo.
and huge there again. The jet change with that smoke only lasts 3.5 seconds now, so makes it really, really difficult to kind of play around that. But Magoo does it absolutely perfectly. Gets the half off, swings off, takes the 1v1, wins it out. Really, really good stuff from him, leading the pack for Futbolist now. 23 and 15, another really, really good game from him.
9 to 10 Futbolist. They don't know how to give this one up, right? Like, these guys are digging their heels in. Magoo. Ooh, position now noted. Has to be cautious with this. What does he want to do with this one? NIP's economy going to be a little bit of a problem. So this could be 10-10. We could be having an incredibly close series. Chihuahua trying to clear as they go. Does anyone feel brave this time? It looks like NIP playing a more normal approach. I like that kind of middle rush, but it really didn't quite stick how they wanted it to.
I love that though. Straight back next round. Well, they got no showstopper now, so let's do it again.
Yeah.
Let's do exactly the same thing again because it worked.
I mean, speaking of ultimates, 3 up right now for NIP. They've got plenty to play with. I wonder. I like this though. It's do we wait? Do we just try and make this one happen? I guess you got to see if you get maybe a good start, something to go on the right way. But for now, Sasuke still patrolling around, paying shelter hand. 30 seconds remain. NIP keeping quite quiet about this approach, not too loud, but you can see Magoo already patrolling behind. There's going to be a fight happening there soon enough. There comes the ultimate. Kriya still trying to play with time. Sasuke's found JD, so it's going to be a spike plant now. It does get denied, so now the clock is a problem. 10 seconds left, and with Kriya, yes, popping off. I don't know if they can get the spike down. This is going to be the biggest issue for them going forward.
Oh, it's on top of the box. He didn't pick it up. He tried to walk backwards in to pick it up. Spike goes down. Oh no. It was nearly doable for them. It was nearly doable for them. If they could have got that down, Magoo doesn't find that entry. Possibly. You hate to see that.
That's pretty brutal.
But you love to see 10-10. You'd love to see 10-10.
I mean, if you really look at this, NIP, they've been answered, right? Like, they got those 2 rounds to keep this one back going, but this has been a predominantly Futbolist response, and it's been decent. 3 in a row now. Economy's okay. 4.5 sitting on Mark. You've got, Sturban 3.2, Magoo 2.4 after an op as well, or at least with an op now, should I say. This is not a bad place on the economy. I'm looking at NIP. What's the change here? What do you do with this now?
NIP reverting back to this B push. I'll say P push. It is B. Actually, Futbolist don't want to take contact early on. They did actually try and hold down this time. This is where we saw the revive coming on the other round. You can see actually Modge potentially reading into that mid push again from NIP, but it doesn't come through now. Drone going to go through, clear most of sight now, but members of NIP actually drifting back over towards A.
A little bit of a fake out. Now, guess it gets them a potential X on 2, considering it is Magoo and Sasuke over here, but those two have been incredibly good at holding this for now. You can see the utility commitment going in. This has to be them making this count. This cannot fall to the wayside. 35 seconds, they need to work on the spike, and it will be going down in the hands of Existence, and it is planted. No contested, a post-plant 5v5.
It's planted safe though, so nobody can actually play back rafters here onto that one. Magoo finds Rhyme on the way in. Flash comes back through, trying to clear out Sasuke. Modge aware of that lurk through mid now. All of the kills going in Futbolist, but Eddie and Chihuahua do respond. Then JD finds two. Sasuke does manage to get the kill from the grave, but
he's detained.
Lockdown gonna detain him. Oh no, not like this.
Look at the hunt. Doesn't find him though. Chihuahua's still alive. Chihuahua didn't die in the end, working through the slow though. On the spike, surely this is going to be a huge issue. Chihuahua needs to go. Chihuahua needs to go. Chihuahua makes the peak. The defuse came in.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, that is heartbreaking for Chihuahua. You could see him spamming the shots, trying to bait him off the defuse, but Modge with balls of steel. Balls of
Modge
steel.
went hunting. Like, as soon as that detain came in, Modge was out there looking for them. Hunting. And I thought, no way. No way Chihuahua's getting away with that. He gets away with that. Sits it out, waits, plays back in, but the timing must have been so close on that.
Well, did anybody say comeback? I'm not sure if anybody was even really talking about it in Twitch chat.
No,
Must
no
have
one would ever say
slipped
that.
through the net at some point, yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. And if you're NIP at this point, you've got to be tilted, right? You just lost a round that probably was yours there. I mean, great play, obviously, to Futbolist, but that shouldn't have happened. That's just not what you expect. But here we are, regardless, at now a lead for Futbolist at 11-10. MR12, this is going right down to the wire now. What is the money like for NIP here as well? It can't be in a pretty place.
See, Korea gonna crack that wall immediately. 3 players back over towards B lane here. So again, looking to try and find entry here. And again, Futbolist not giving up that early kill and not looking to contest it either. So I like the fact now Futbolist have done the hard work. They just need to default back. I don't mean play passive, but with Magoo in that position on Snowman with the operator, they don't want to mess with it. But Chihuahua and a couple of friends have found their way up tube.
Mark, what's your timing like here? It's good enough for a headshot, not good enough for a kill. Sturban's in trouble, but they don't check it. Sturban stays alive. Korea just tried to dip down, get out of dodge, but it wasn't to be, and Sturban's found another angle, and he's found even more. That's a kill on towards Existence, and suddenly there's problems aplenty for NIP. This is not looking pretty. The plant may come in. JD's found a kill, but there's still so much more to be done.
Oh, and actually going to bait the res out here. JD swings, though. Finds both of them there. 2v2 now. Both members of Futbolist down very, very low HP.
Enemy remaining.
Now, actually, there you go. 4 on the round for JD. Last man standing. All the way back in behind Snowman. Sturban going to put up the Viper Ultimate. Not sure about the usage here. Whether or not he's going to find any value here in a 1v3 situation. Nope.
No, JD, what a round. What a saving round for NIP. This game is absolutely wild. 11-11. I cannot believe we got to this point. This looked like an NIP map, but we said we can't expect consistency from them yet. They're still relatively new. They're still working through things. I am amazed that we've got to this point and enjoying it thoroughly. Futbolist absolutely refusing to lose. But look at the buy they have right now. I don't know how they win this. I guess they have Jet with the ult. Maybe that's a chance. Good little information find there from Sturban. But oh, there it goes.
Well,
there goes that big chance.
Yep.
Foolish.
That's tough. That's tough. Again, I like it. They're trying to convert something, trying to get some value early round off that, give themselves the number advantage, but it doesn't work out at all. Rhyme going to get all that information. The wall gun's down unopposed right now. And the timing on that, Chihuahua finds the third existence, shut down Sturban. Sasuke will find a consolation, but NIP now put themselves
Match
in
point.
touching distance on match point here on ICEBOX, looking to close this one out. And Futbolist, they can buy back in 2 light armors, but rifles across the board.
This isn't just map point. This is match point. This is NIP on the verge of winning the series.
Yeah,
And Futbolist.
yeah, misspoke.
No, you're absolutely bang on though. This is the big one, right? This is the one that counts. It's either OT and maybe there's still hope, or it's closed out now. We have Kriya on the op. We have everything we need. Magoo's still there. Sasuke alive and kicking. We've got to jump in with the players and not the scoreboard and see what's happening this time around. Already existence. Trying to maybe bait that fast mid piece is coming out. Certainly making it look like it.
Futbolists don't really seem to be readjusting on the back of it. Again, all that information behind screens. They know the push isn't coming through just yet. Again, no Futbolist. Now with Magoo over on A site, they do want to contest close on B lane here. You can see Sturban's found his way on top of the double box. That could be tricky for NIP to clear out.
Oh, it's filthy, isn't it?
Yeah. Dirty spot. But it is pretty much a one and done. Again, you got to hope that he doesn't find any more than that. NIP's still lurking in min here. 3 players here. It's just Chihuahua over here on B lane. He's kind of watching his own trap wire. The wall goes up, cuts off so they can pass under tube. Smoke over the turret as well. No information gathered on that side of things.
Sturban's
Chihuahua
dead.
will actually find Sturban. Kriya, quick succession the second. That gives them B site.
Yeah, Moy's gone down, and now you got to look at towards Mark. Can he stop any of this? Spots out one, but the spike's now planted. There's nothing more that he can achieve without the rest of his buddies getting over there. We still have a couple of heavy hitters left in this scenario. JD's on the hunt, though. Spots out the Jet. That's going to be a problem. There's the kill, and he looks for the follow-up as well. The spray comes in. Doesn't land as well, but Kriya there to create madness amongst it. Sasuke, your last one standing in a 1v3. He can't save the day. It is existence to close down, and what a quarter.